Chandamama Mahabharatam, Part 2. The story of Yayati. Janmeja has just learned how his father Parikshit died. In his childhood, the ministers anointed him as king, and after he came of age, they brought and married him to Vapusthama, the daughter of the king of Kashi. Since King Parikshit died of a snake bite, as cautioned by this great sage Utanka, it would be appropriate to perform the serpent sacrifice, the ministers said to Janmeja. Janmeja resolved to perform the serpent sacrifice, to offer Takshaka and other serpents as oblations into the sacrificial fire and burn them to ashes, and called the royal priests and Ritviks and asked about the procedure for performing the serpent sacrifice. The priests said that the serpent sacrifice was established only for Janmeja and that no one else would perform it. All the sacrificial materials were collected. Sacrificial halls were constructed. While arrangements for the sacrifice were underway on one side, a Suta named Lohitaksha, being a knower of the future, said, "This sacrifice will be obstructed by a Brahman before it is completed." Janmeja, instead of heeding his warning, ordered that Lohitaksha should not be allowed into the sacrificial hall as long as the sacrifice lasted, and having taken the sacrificial vow along with Queen Vapusthama, entered the sacrificial hall. For the serpent sacrifice, a person named Chandabhargava was the invoker, Pingala was the conductor, and Kotsa was the chanter. The sacrifice began. Serpents from everywhere were falling into the fire pit. Their numbers rose to thousands and lakhs. Takshaka was terrified and sought refuge with Indra. Brahma had already said earlier that some great serpents would have no fear in this serpent sacrifice. "Do not be afraid. Stay with me," said Indra. Seeing the destruction of the serpents, Vasuki felt deeply distressed. He went to his sister Zartakaru and said, "Was it not to prevent this from happening that we gave you in marriage to the sage named Jartakaru? Send your son Astika and have this sacrifice stop." Upon his mother's instruction, Astika went to the place where the serpent sacrifice was being performed, uttered Swasti Vachkam, and praised the king, the Ritviks, and Agni. Janmeja was delighted to see Astika and said to the assembly, looking at him, "He is but a boy, yet what wisdom he has displayed. I wish to grant him the boon he desires." Immediately, Astika asked to stop the serpent sacrifice. Janmeja said he would give anything else except stopping the sacrifice, but Astika did not agree. The others also asked Janmeja to keep the word he had given. The serpent sacrifice stopped. Then Janmeja honored everyone with ritual offerings, and when Veda Vyas arrived with his disciples, he heard all the chronicles of his ancestors, the Pandavas, from the mouth of Vaishampayana. The progenitor of the Bharat lineage is Vaivasvata Manu. He is the grandson of Aditi. To Vaivasvata's daughter Ila, Pururva was born. Among the 6 sons born to Pururva and Urvashi, Nahusha was the first among 4 sons born to one named Ayu. Nahusha, who had also enjoyed the position of Indra for some time by performing 100 sacrifices, sired 6 sons. Among them, Yayati was the second. When the eldest, Yati, went for penance, Yayati ruled the kingdom. During the time Yayati was ruling the kingdom, Shukracharya served as the priest for the demons. He used to revive the demons who died in the wars between gods and demons with a formula called the Mrita Sanjeevani Mantra. Brihaspati, the teacher of the gods, did not know that science. Therefore, the gods sent Brihaspati's son named Kacha to Shukra to learn the Mrita Sanjeevani Mantra. Kacha came and served Shukra and spent some time causing happiness to Shukra's daughter, Devayani. The demons came to know that Kacha was the son of Brihaspati. While he was tending the teacher's cows in the forest, the demons killed him, cut him into pieces, and threw him to the wolves. Upon knowing this matter, Shukra revived Kacha again with his Mrita Sanjeevani Mantra. Another time when Kacha went to bring flowers for Devayani, the demons killed him again and mixed him into the ocean. Devayani began to weep for Kacha. Shukra revived him again. The demons killed Kacha for the 3rd time. They reduced him to ashes, mixed those ashes in toddy, and gave it to Shukra to drink. When Shukra revived him this time, Kacha was inside Shukra's stomach. Shukra, having no choice, taught him the Mrita Sanjeevani Mantra and told him to tear his stomach and come out, and then revive him again with that mantra. Kacha did the same. The work for which Kacha had come was finished. He waited for the right time and told the teacher he would take his leave. Then Devayani said, "Out of affection for you, I have had you revived many times. Marry me." "O lady, you are the daughter of my teacher. You are like a sister to me," said Kacha. "If that is so, May the Mrita Sanjeevani mantra not bear fruit for you. Devayani cursed Kacha. May no Brahman marry you. Kacha gave a counter curse and returned. Vrishparva, the king of the demons, had a daughter named Sharmishtha. One day she set out for a forest excursion taking Devayani and many companions along. They saw a lake at one place. All the young women removed their clothes, placed them on the bank, and played in the water for some time in the lake. At that time, a wind blew, and their garments got tangled. Having finished their water play, the young women came to the bank, and in the haste of wearing their clothes, Sharmishtha wore Devayani's garment. Devayani was left with Sharmishtha's garment. Devayani, with that arrogance, questioned her saying, "You demoness! I am a Brahman woman. I will not wear your garment. I have my traditional conduct. Why did you wear my garment? Go away, you beggar woman. Your father lives by accepting what my father gives, and by seeking refuge in us. Have you developed an objection to wearing my garment?" said Sharmishtha. Not stopping at that, Sharmishtha, in a fit of rage, pushed Devayani into the nearby well and left with her companions. After a while, Yayati came that way. He, exhausted from hunting and thirsty, approached the well and peered inside. Devayani appeared. "Who are you? How did you end up in the well?" asked Yayati. "I am the daughter of the teacher of the demons, Shukracharya. My name is Devayani. Due to certain reasons, I fell into the well. Pull me out," said Devayani, extending her hand upwards. Yayati held her right hand with his right hand, pulled her up, and went his way. In the meantime, a maid named Gurshika came there searching for Devayani. Devayani said to her, "O maid, I will not enter Vrishparva's city again. Go and tell my father about the offense Sharmishtha has committed against me." As soon as the word reached him, Shukra came running to Devayani and asked, "Mother, what harm did you do to Sharmishtha?" Devayani told her father all that happened, and also mentioned the words Sharmishtha had said about him. Hearing everything, Shukra said, "Mother, who do I have besides you? If you do not come, I too will not go to Vrishparva's city." In the meantime, having learned about the entire matter, Vrishparva himself set out and came and said, "Why are both of you in this forest? Come, let us go to the city. Your conduct does not please me. Your people killed my disciple Kacha repeatedly. Now your daughter tried to kill my daughter by pushing her into a well. I do not want your service," said Shukra angrily. Vrishparva fell at his feet. Shukra said to convince Devayani, and that her wish was his wish. Devayani said she would come to the city if Sharmishtha and her maids were to be her servants. Vrishparva agreed. Sharmishtha came as a servant to Devayani. She endured all the stinging words spoken by Devayani. This was because the world of the demons gained much benefit due to Shukracharya. One day, Devayani, taking Sharmishtha and the other maids along, went to the same place she had gone before. Again, Yayati came that way while hunting. Seeing Sharmishtha and Devayani, he asked, "Who are you?" Devayani, having learned his name and lineage, said, "Did you not previously give me your hand and pull me up from the well?" On that day, the ritual of holding hands took place between us. Since then, I have been considering you as my husband. Yayati hesitated about how he could marry a Brahman's daughter, but Shukra approved their marriage. The wedding took place grandly for both. Shukra and the prominent demons gave grand gifts to Yayati. Devayani came to her husband's home taking Sharmishtha and 2,000 other maids along. Yayati arranged a large mansion near the Ashoka forest for Sharmishtha and the maids to reside. Devayani gave birth to sons named Yadu and Turvasu for Yayati. After some time passed, Sharmishtha grieved thinking about her condition. Even after so much time, she had no marriage. Devayani had already become a mother of children. Why should I not also choose Yayati just as Devayani chose him? She thought. One day, as Yayati came toward the Ashoka forest, Sharmishtha met him and said, "O king, you who are the husband of my mistress are my husband too. Accept me as your wife. There is no unrighteousness in this." Yayati was afraid of what Shukra might say. However, unable to refuse her request, he lived with her secretly and through her sired sons named Gruhu, Anu, and Puru. The news of Sharmishtha becoming a mother of children reached Devayani. She went to see Sharmishtha and asked, "They say you are of excellent character, virtuous, and born in a great lineage. How did you have these children without being married?" Sharmishtha hung her head in shame and said, "At the time I had taken my ritual bath after my period, a great sage came and granted me sons." "What is the name of that great sage's lineage?" "His caste." Devyani asked again, looking at the divine radiance of that great soul. I did not feel like asking those details, said Sharmishtha. Devyani was satisfied. Another time, Yayati and Devyani came together for an excursion to the place where Sharmishtha resided. Then Devyani learned the truth. Yayati's resemblance was in Sharmishtha's children. Who is your father? Tell the truth, she asked those children, and they pointed to Yayati. Immediately, Devyani turned angrily on Sharmishtha and said, You demoness! Have you plotted treachery against me? Sharmishtha, without wavering, said, I have not committed unrighteousness. I chose this king just as you chose him. You are elder to me and a Brahman woman. Therefore, I respect you. But he is a royal sage. That is why I told you that I bore children to a sage. Devyani said to Yayati, You have deceived me. I will not stay with you, and went straight to her father and told him all that happened. Shukra cursed Yayati to become old. Chandamama Mahabharata, Part 2 is complete. For now, Swasti.